Hello, child of God. I welcome you once again to Christ Without Borders. Now, God made women as gatekeepers. Now, nothing gets into this dimension without being birthed through a woman, without being carried in the womb of a woman. So when God wanted to send his own son, Jesus Christ, he had to go through the same process. When we look somewhere in the book of Genesis, where it speaks about the giants, and they took that book out. So when you look somewhere in the book of Enoch, Enoch speaks about how 200 watcher angels descended on Mount Hermon and made a vow to themselves that they were going to take wives unto themselves. These watchers who came and then laid, when I say laid, you understand what I mean, laid with women, were the father of the giants who came here into this dimension and destroyed and wrecked everything that God has prepared for this planet. They had to be given birth to us through women carried in their womb and given birth to. And if you've done a little bit research over there in the book of Enoch, you understand a lot of the things, a lot of the strange things they did here, Now, what I want to say is, when the Bible tells you that in the end of the days will be like the days of Noah, what is it saying? The same things want to be repeated. The same things want to be repeated. The same things. You said yesterday, I came across a video of some people somewhere in China. They have been able to create real life dragons. They created the real life dragons out of they found a carcass of a real dragon, and then they were able to extract certain fluids from it, and then they have been able to create real life dragons. Whether they are breathing fire, that one, I'm not aware. But real life dragons have been created somewhere in China. Some of these things you're seeing, it's telling you where and the kind of place and the time we find ourselves. Like the Bible has told us that before Jesus Christ shows up, it's going to be like the days of Enoch. It's going to be like the days of Noah, where strange creatures, giants, strange animals that are not friendly to human beings, where strange animals that human beings cannot exist with. A lot of things that will have the ability to destroy human beings. If you've done a little research in the book of Revelation, it talks about wild animals. It talks about pestilence, talks about farming, and it talks about wild animals. We don't know what those wild animals are. And some of these things he's talking about are going to be some of these strange things, strange creatures that human beings, because we think we know so much, go out of our way to reintroduce some of these things, these creatures that are not supposed to be here. I was shocked, I was surprised. Live dragons are there in China. God has made women gatekeepers, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot of responsibility. It is sad today that we have set the bar so low, so women get married to anybody that has money. It's not true. Money is not the only thing you look at when you are connecting yourself or you are coming into union with another person. No. You have to look at the attributes, the characteristics. Who is this person? Is this a loving person? Is it a kind person? Is it the kind of person we need in society? God has placed you women there. Now, for a woman to be able to vet any man that is coming to her life to find out whether he's the right person, he's the right thing, he has the right attributes, he has the right characteristics, he's a good person. You yourself, the woman, you have to be healed. You yourself should vet yourself. You yourself should go through the process. That is what will allow you to make the right call, the right judgment. That will allow you to make the right call, the right judgment. Because any child you are giving birth to, you are only creating photocopies of whatever man you are seeing in front of you. Yes, it's both of you, but predominantly, you are creating photocopies of that man you are seeing in front of you. So a lot of times, like I spoke in the other video, how God keeps two people aside and causes them to correct a lot of things about themselves before he brings them together. Why? Because the children who are coming out of the two of them, he wants them to be godly children. If you want to have godly children, you have to watch the person you are going to lay with. It's not all about money, you know. A lot of women are getting married to anybody because of money. You know, they don't care if the person is toxic, narcissistic, is abusive, all of these things that the person is, people can change. You see, that's why God has a lot of regard. That's why God has a lot of, what word will I use? A lot of hope for us, because he knows that when any human being decides that I am going to move away from something, nothing on earth can stop you from moving or changing that thing. So Jesus Christ will come and die on the cross so that people can have a lot of time to be able to switch. It's very important. You have a lot of women getting married to men, a lot of them not healed themselves, getting married to men and making photocopies of that man you are seeing. All the toxic stuff, toxic traits, abusive traits, all those stuff. You are creating photocopies of them. Whatever, you see, the state of a person, let me use a man in this case, the state of a man you met, if he's not healed, he's not balanced, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and even spiritually. If that man is not balanced and you lay with him, what you are creating is a photocopy of that man in that state, all the abusive and even the addictions. Even that information, whatever they are addicted to, has a way of being downloaded into the child you are making with that man. So when God decides to put two people together, it doesn't matter where they've been, what they've been through, what they were part of in yesterday. God puts them through a process to make sure they are whole, they are cleansed, they are balanced. Why? Because he wants to create a prophet out of that union. He wants to send an Isaiah. He wants to send an Ezekiel. He wants to send a Joseph. He wants to send certain kind of people through the union. So what does he do? He makes sure they've cleared themselves, they've cleansed, they've gone through that process. But that's not what we see in society. Women, God has made you gatekeepers. Before you move or proceed with a man, ask yourself, do I want this man in my family? Is he going to be loving, caring, understanding? You see, the reason why the earth is in this state is because we are having a lot of toxic, abusive, narcissistic, envy, jealousy, hatred. We are creating more of those people. So there's an imbalance. If you want to return this earth to where it's supposed to be, we have to tune our mindset. We have to focus on bringing godly children here, people who can love. This is part 1. Watch for part 2.